Station song.
Your time trace is crystal clear. There's no point lurking out there in the vortex. I've never had much time for blind defiance. I don't even expect blind obedience. You need me because I need you. Let's be realistic now.
Materialization evidence you have since.
We have returned.
I am aware of that. Now, I take it the arms contract is secured. Well,
Creatures with machines move on in their span in our wake.
why I gave you the means to speak your convoluted minds, I shall never know.
You need us.
Oh, very clever. Now, look, let's get on with the work.
Time transfer. You must.
Must. I must. Don't push your luck. I don't mind witty repartee, but downright cheek'll get you nowhere.
You promise us.
There have been other developments. You'll get your transfer when this deal is completed. As a matter of fact, I've got something quite exciting lined up for you, so just hold your horses a moment.
What I'm saying is that it's irrelevant what concessions the Acridons agree to if the internal power struggle in their polit council isn't resolved in the interests of the people and taking account of localised democratic issues.
I'm assuming you finished that hyperspace plotting.
What? Oh yes, here it is.
Thank you.
Anyway, it's only if those
Well,
conditions are...
lay them in then.
Sorry.
Yeah, you think too much, you know that. I'm surprised you got the job. What did you do at the interview? Gag yourself?
But what do you mean?
Oh, well, they don't like political animals as pilots for ambassadorial ships, especially on sensitive missions.
Oh. Do you think Majoran will get what he's after then?
Majorin, you see, there you go again. I don't give an interspatial cuss what Majorin gets up to when we rendezvous with the Acridon ambassador's ship.
But don't you care about what's going to happen? I mean...
That's the way it should be. What if there was some kind of crisis? Instead of sitting up here waiting for orders as any good co-pilot should, you'd be analysing the political ramifications and declaring yourself the president of a new republic before the steward had time to tell us it was only Majorin spilling his raspberry juice.
Oh, come on, I'm only looking for answers. Some of us are sick of this war, you know.
Yeah, well, to tell you the truth, I've got quite used to it. In fact, I'm rather fond of it.
Fond?
Keeps me busy, yeah.
Fond? Did you see the casualty list last week for... Yeah, what's that?
Did you stabilise that time base when I told you to?
Yes, of course I did. Hey, the coordinate corrector's blanked out.
I don't believe it. Everything's going down.
That's impossible. We had a full service check at launch.
Must be an outside influence. Right, is the space scope working?
No, I don't know. There's something I can't quite read.
What is it? Come on.
That's it, I've got it. There's several bodies. Looks as if they're coming out of hyperspace.
How big?
Pretty big.
Acridon battle cruisers. Must be.
This is large security, but Jorin wants to know the reason for this dreadful disruption.
Tell him we're being attacked by a fleet of Acridon battle cruisers.
What?
Secure for battle stations.
Are you sure about this?
There's no other explanation. The whole fleet must be coming out of warp around us.
The chronometer's smashed. Linear stabilization negative.
Must be some kind of new weapon. What?
Hold on, iPhone.
We've got to get out of this alive.
fit all the business into one day. Big time work for you if your company is lagging behind in the race to the top. Why not contact Time Stretch Services on Galactic Freebid 02418222825. Don't let time pass you by.
How vulgar. It's about time someone banned time-space advertisement broadcasts. Try that oscillator again, will you?
Right. I didn't even know it had been allowed in the first place.
So, needs tuning. That's a good point. Do you know, Rhea, I think you've hit on a time-space legislation blank spot.
What are you going to do? Start a campaign against it?
Well, someone ought to. I do rather object to having my privacy invaded by galactic hotshots touting for business. Time-stretch services, indeed. Well, it's enough to make you vote.
You're getting a little extreme in your old age, aren't you?
Ha ha. What's that?
Another advertisement? Nothing spurs a salesman on like a difficult customer.
Well, there's certainly something coming at us through the vortex.
A free sample?
Well, I shall send it back immediately. Oh no, it's crashing through the force filter. Look out! Looks like a metal shoebox.
Must be old shoes. Look at the corrosion on it. The outer layer is beginning to disintegrate.
Still quite solid. Built to last, I'd say.
It's completely sealed. If it is a container, you'll probably need some kind of molecular key to open it.
Yes. I wonder how it broke through the TARDIS force field.
Just by accident, I suppose.
No, I don't think so. Look, this is the time trace of this box. It curved towards the TARDIS on a definite course.
You mean it was homing in on us?
Or the nearest object to it, which just happened to be us, yes.
Well, I suppose appearances can be deceptive, can't they? Suddenly the rusty old box can steer itself.
And deactivate fully operational force fields. Rather like an advanced heat-seeking missile.
That's a cheery thought. Let's get rid of it.
I already have.
Not the thought. The box.
Let's take a little look at our objet d'art in less fragile surroundings. Let's see if I can materialize the TARDIS somewhere nice and deserted. Hold on, Rhea.
I ordered total time disintegration.
Promise us
But never mind that, I want an explanation.
transfer.
Time transference is only available on completion of productivity requirements. That's the rule. There's no avoiding it.
Promise.
Oh, don't go whimpering on. Maybe like a spoiled child. Your kind possess one of the most sophisticated intellect in the known universe. You know we have an arrangement, and you know you must stick to it. Now, why has the flight recorder survived? Well, it's lucky for you that the Kurgo-Akrodon situation is so destabilized. The moment Ambassador Majorin's ship disintegrated, the Kurgans launched another preemptive strike on the Akrodon Empire. But there was no time for the crew to inform their own base of their suspicions, no. Suspicions. They were convinced they were surrounded by Akrodon hostiles. But you ought to make a mystery of it, didn't you? Just in the hope that some curious bod might look into the mystery of a vanishing ambassadorial ship. Well, lucky for you, the Kurgans are too preoccupied with wiping out the Akrodons to go sniffing around space debris. Lucky. Do you hear that? You're lucky. All right. Better now? You're not free yet. My profit margins might be shooting towards the ceiling already at the confirmation of the Kergo-Acridon arms deal, but I shan't rest until I'm sure that the flight recorder didn't drift into the hands of any do-good nosy Parker.
Why did you have to choose somewhere with no atmosphere?
Lack of people. There's a whole string of deserted asteroid space docks in this system. The TARDIS was bound to land on one of them. Also, there'll probably be a lot of useful cutting equipment left lying about. When the shipping companies went bust, they just upped and left.
Let's hope we're in the right time zone. How do you operate the life support on this suit?
Flip the helmet down, and the life support engages automatically.
Oh, I see. Let me give you a hand with the box.
Thanks. Here we go.
I'd say we'd come too far forward in time. This place is in worse shape than the box.
Didn't you say appearances could be deceptive?
This must be a very detailed piece of deception.
One of the workshops. Come on.
I see the chairman of the Altasaurus division need to kick up the backside. That operation was a gift. He's making a profit, but he should be wiping the board with Saurus Interstellar. Jumped up bunch of amateurs. What's wrong now? Oh, trespasses on company property. Whereabouts? Forelli Space Dock 7. Well, I'm not having that. Those space docks are due for refurbishment in autumn. Let's see. I do believe I have a drudger unit stationed there. Drudger unit FSD7. Activate. Yeah, observe intruders and report. Now then. What's that chat we had on file for the Altasaurus job?
Right, putting down on that bench over there.
How come there's still an atmosphere in here?
I don't know. Maybe they forgot to turn it off. Do you know, I'm beginning to think that this was a wasted journey.
You mean if it was a bomb of some sort, it would have gone off by now?
Yes, something like that.
Well, don't sound so disappointed. I'm quite happy to be in one piece.
Yes, sorry, just thinking. Right, I'd better start work.
Oh, a one-man job by the looks of it. Well, I think I'll go for a stroll. See you later.
Oh, bye-bye. Take care. Oh, this is a very delicate operation.
What's this? One of those electronic display signs. Pity isn't working. Might have directed me somewhere interesting. Oh. Some residual power. What does it say? Freight store. Canteen. I bet the food's off. Workshop bay. That's back there. Control tower. And it's pointing up there. Well, why not?
see? Humanoid female. Well, go on. Find out what she's up to. And don't let her see you. I want to find out why she's snooping before I clobber her.
Open! 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 Come on! Oh, I don't know. What are you, eh? Well, I'm sorry, but there's nothing for it but to... They used to use these for breaking up cruiser bulkheads, so I'm afraid you don't have much of a chance.
Well, that would be considerably less work if the lift had been working. An interstellar transceiver.
Three galactic news agency local news, and the story of the moment in this sector once again focuses on that long-running and wholly senseless conflict between the Kurgan and Akrodon empires. Only 3 cycles ago, hopes were raised as that veteran negotiator, Dylan Rees, set out from Kurgan in his favored ambassadorial ship. But only hours before the planned rendezvous with the Akrodon negotiation was due to take place, Majorin's ship vanished into the vortex. Earlier, we spoke to the Kurgan War Office.
We've known for some time of the Akrodon endeavors to harness random deceleration time distortion as some kind of weapon, and unfortunately it is the considered conclusion of the Kurgan government that this is the tragic result, the loss of a respected servant of Kurgan, and what amounts to a slap in the face for our endeavors to establish peaceful negotiations. I would like to take this opportunity.
The Akrodon government, on the other hand, claimed that it had fulfilled all pre-negotiation conditions by ensuring that no military craft were within 3 sectors of the rendezvous point.
Our negotiation team were waiting in their ship when they heard the news. We were totally shocked and, I might add, appalled at the vicious nature of the almost immediate Kurgan attack on our outposts, all of which were, according to pre-negotiation conditions, on battle stand-down. Now,
independent observers have noted the technological inability of both sides to develop time-harnessing weapons. Professor Talk of the Interstellar Institute of Learning.
They could not do it, but you see, that does not matter to the Kurgans. They spent so long at war with the Akrodons that, like the Akrodons, they interpret any destructive incident as a result of their enemy action. My own analysis has revealed total time disintegration of Majorin's ship, and even though it is likely that the flight recorder ejected, as it is designed to do, it will have become engulfed in the time turbulence and is probably lost in the vortex. It could turn up any time, anywhere. Personally, I'd like to take a look at it. It might answer a lot of questions that would save the galaxy from this rather damaging Akrodon war.
And Professor Talk has given us a description of the all-important flight recorder in case it should materialize near you. It's metal, black, and very, very heavy. The Professor's also given us some very precise dimensions for it, but here at the newsroom we think you'll probably recognize it if we just tell you it's about the size of your average Terran shoebox.
This is the Free Galactic News Agency.
Shoebox. Flight recorder. The doctor.
Follow her. Follow her, go on. She seems to know something about the wretched flight recorder, so get going.
Oh, I don't know.
Doctor? Doctor, what are you doing?
What? Oh, somehow I didn't have the nerve. I'd have mutilated it.
It's lucky you didn't.
I just can't get it open.
Listen, that's a very valuable piece of equipment you've got there.
What, the photon saw? No, you can pick these up quite cheaply second-hand.
No, the box. It's a flight recorder for a spaceship.
Is it? Of course. Why didn't I think of that?
I heard it on the news just now.
Where?
In the control tower. And that's not all. According to this report...
Right, that does it. That's it. Free Galactic News Agency. I've had it up to here with their enlightened objectivity hogwash. They've got a lot to answer for. Oh, if it wasn't for them, those space dock trespassing oddballs would have chucked that flight recorder away by now. Now, alert time control. Dispatch time destructor squad immediately. Target Free Galactic News Agency, Sector 3.
Assembled. Target confirmed.
Now, I'll deal with our trespassers personally.
Well, Rhea, it looks as though we've stumbled across a local galactic incident.
So what do we do?
Well, in a way, it's lucky we happen to be in the right point of the vortex to collect this flight recorder.
On the other hand, it makes us some kind of target.
You could be right. According to this Professor Talk you had, assuming that he knows what he's talking about, which I can't be sure of, some third party was involved in the destruction of that fella, Majoran's ship. And for some reason, they want to remain unknown.
Seems a strange thing to do. Prolong the war.
Especially since it probably isn't doing this neck of the woods any good. I mean, look at these space docks, for example. This war has more than likely cut off a number of trading routes. The effect of a long-term space conflict is not only the intolerable loss of sentient life, but also strangulation of intergalactic trade.
So even those people not in danger of being blown up are going to starve sooner or later.
Economic collapse does have its social consequences.
Yes, well, we could stand around here talking about that for ages. But what we've got to do is get this flight recorder to the attention of someone who can not only open it, but discredit this third party as well. What if we call up that news station and tell them?
Good idea. You get to the tower and do that, and I'll get to work on this box again.
What are you going to do? You know you can't open it.
Yes, but I've just had a thought. Now I know it's a flight recorder, I don't have to get it open. All I have to do is make it play back its recording.
Good luck. But don't damage it.
This is the Free Galactic News Agency in Sector 3. Independent news of the people, from the people, and for all the people of the known universe. Time now for news of that troublesome iron storm, so we go over to the weather studios. That's the end of my 10-hour stint. Am I back on, Jim?
You're not going to like this.
What?
Josie says he wants you to stay on and cover this flight recorder appeal thing with that nutty professor.
What? Oh no, can't overdo it.
Josie says you know the story.
Well, that's true enough. I've been gabbling about it since 0300.
Yeah. Hey? 0300? That makes your shift 15 hours. It's 1200 now.
No, it's... Hey, you're right. I could have sworn it. Are these chronometers okay?
As far as I know.
Oh no, not another stray Acrodon missile. Bob!
It's Jim. Hold on a minute.
Sorry, Bob last week.
Yeah, I'm just talking to the scope room.
1200? Just shows how the time... Wait a minute. The chronometer's back to 1000 again. Listen. Hey Jim, listen!
You listen to me. That scope has just picked up what looks like a whole fleet of cruisers coming out of hyperspace.
Oh, don't worry about that. I've seen it before. They're probably just on manoeuvres. They know we're neutral. I'm more worried about the state of our clocks. Mine's gone back to 0300 now. It was 1000 just a moment ago.
Yeah, that's alright. Weird. Hold on.
What is it?
Someone's calling in about that flight recorder.
Get the tapes running. Where are they calling from?
Signals coming from one of those old Ferretti space docks.
Great, put her on.
Those ships are getting closer.
Put her on. If I wrap up this business now, I might just get my sleep break.
Hello, am I talking to the right person now?
Yes, go ahead.
It's about the flight recorder. I heard your programme.
Sorry, I can't hear you too well. Jim, what's the matter with reception?
The reception's terrible. Can't you do anything about it?
What? What? Sorry? Please say again.
I said the reception's terrible.
I'm sorry, we're having trouble with our transceiver.
I'm calling about the flight recorder. We've got it here.
You've got it?
Yes. What's causing your problem?
We've got some unauthorized space traffic moving into our exclusion zone. Could be something to do with it. Don't know really. Just keep talking. We're doing all we can.
I think that's it. Hold on a minute, Rhea. This is a little delicate. How did you... Oh. Who are you?
I'm a police officer, sir. Had you any idea you were trespassing on private property?
Bob, have you contacted them? They must answer. Look, they're jamming. We'll call them again. And get those chronometers seen to. This one's going nuts. Sorry about that. Can you still hear us?
Yes. Is everything all right there?
I don't know. It's weird. Those ships.
Whose side are they on?
Well, it shouldn't matter. We're neutral. But the scoping said they were like nothing they'd ever seen. Anyway, I've had the tape running since we called, so go ahead. You say you've got the flight recorder of Majoran ship.
Yes, I'm positive. It materialized in our ship, as we were coming out of hyperspace. I just happened to hear your program.
What's happening? I can't...
Hello? Hello?
Help us. We must destroy to survive. Help us.
Doctor, something terrible's happened. Who's this?
I'm a police officer, ma'am.
It appears we've been trespassing, Rhea.
I thought you said the owners up and left ages ago.
I did, but...
These space docks were all purchased some time ago by Max Prod Enterprises.
I really had no idea, officer.
Now, young lady, you mentioned that something terrible had happened.
Yes. That radio station, Doctor. I was talking to them just now. The reception was terrible.
Oh, probably due to Kergo-Acridon jamming activity. We get a lot of it in this sector. Please continue.
Yes. And then, well, the man I was talking to started to get worried. He said something about the chronometers going wrong. Then he started shouting.
What about?
I don't know, because the signal just cut off.
A routine communication failure.
No.
What is it, Rhea?
Well, there was this other voice. Only it didn't seem to come from the transceiver.
What kind of voice?
Deep, sort of disembodied. It wanted help. We must destroy to survive, it said.
This object, is it yours?
Oh, the flight?
Yes.
Really? Strange. Because according to my notebook here, it's the missing flight recorder of Ambassador Majorin's ship. You've gone very quiet, my dear.
Another cell, another hell.
What? Are you quoting?
Could be. Maybe I'll write a book one day.
Don't tell me we've been stunned and bundled aboard somebody's spaceship.
Floor vibration suggests the operation of some drive system. I'd say you were right, Rhea.
Thank you.
Of course, we could be in a giant washing machine, but I don't think that's at all likely.
I shouldn't have lied to that policeman, you know.
Yes. This is apparently what you get for perverting the law around here. Why did you lie to the policeman?
Well, instinct, really.
I see.
I didn't want him to take that box.
So you lied to him and he took it anyway?
Don't you think there was something strange about him?
Oh, he was probably just doing his job.
What's that?
A drudger.
What does it do?
Whatever it's told, but not, I imagine, by us.
I think it wants us to leave the cell.
Yeah, I suggest that we don't argue with it.
See that the Time Destructor Squad are given time transference. They've all done extremely well. Now the press are free to say what they like, if, that is, there is an afterlife. Bring 'em in. Doctor, Miss Rhea, come in.
You're too kind.
I see you're out of uniform.
I'm off duty.
Well, give us back our box then.
But it isn't yours, is it? What a naughty lady you are. Off you go, did you?
What have you done with the flight recorder?
It's being seen to.
What do you mean?
Will you have a drink?
My companion is a little troubled, officer.
Oh, no, do call me Cuthbert.
Why?
Because it's my name, young lady.
Cuthbert. In fact, we're both worried, well, concerned really, about the fate of the flight recorder.
Yeah, because of the information it contains. I share your concern, Doctor. To success. Oh, please, join me.
Success?
Oh, well, we all want to succeed, don't we, Doctor?
I'm teetotal.
Well, I'm not drinking while there's a war going on out there that needn't be. If you stopped relaxing off duty and did your job, the Kurgans would realise that they weren't attacked by Aquadon battlecruisers, but...
By what?
I don't know. Something else.
Oh, a very sound theory, my dear. Based entirely on the witterings of the eminently demented Professor Talk.
You've listened to the recorder then, have you?
Yes. Have you?
No.
Good. Otherwise I would have had to charge you with illegally obtaining information as well as trespassing and theft.
What's the penalty?
The court decides. Turbo drive systems, alert! We've been hit by a missile.
Grab his gun, Rhea!
Stay where you are.
We must be traversing part of the Kurgo-Aquadon battle space. Probably a stray missile.
How bad's the damage?
Not too bad. No, we're all right. Look out, drudgers!
Don't kill the doctor!
Rhea, fire! Right, I've jammed the door. All right, Rhea?
Yes.
Well shot.
Thank you. And I fancy some practice on him after his display of concern for my welfare.
Yes, you did rather show your hand, Cuthbert. Why am I so precious?
That door won't keep the drudgers for long.
Why did you lie about having heard the flight recorder message?
I wasn't lying.
Oh, yes, you were, because I was. Voila. The transmitter core. I removed it after I'd listened to it just before you arrived.
You managed it?
Yes, I modified my approach. I wish I could say the same thing for the drudges.
They'll be through that door any second now, Doctor.
We could threaten to kill him.
I don't think they've got the intellect to appreciate a Mexican standoff. Besides, outright escape is far less harrowing for the nerves.
What have you got in mind?
Servo-nav defense systems, spatial-based correction. I must say, you've got all the latest gadgets here, Cuthbert.
Thank you.
Of course, it's all child's play to me. Bingo. Escape pod jettison controls.
The ever-resourceful Doctor.
Have we met before?
No.
Doctor! Doctor!
Will the Doctor make it in time? Oh, an interesting little test.
Test?
Pod door open. In you get, Rhea.
What about you?
I'm coming. Get in. You're not a policeman, are you?
Doctor, come on!
You waste your talents, Doctor.
What do you mean?
Give me the transmitter call and I'll tell you.
Sorry, no deal.
Cancel the pod jettison controls! What do you mean? Too late?
Why didn't you tell me you'd listened to the flight recorder transmission?
Because I didn't want our friend to overhear us until we had him at a disadvantage.
Well,
What?
what did the flight recorder say? Did an Aquadon ship destroy Majoran's craft or not?
No. It wasn't an Acrodon ship. No.
You don't seem too sure.
Oh, I am. I'm sure. But
You're being a bit vague, Doctor.
am I? Yes, I suppose I am. I think I need to have a little lie down.
Doctor, what did it say?
Can't remember really. It was let's catch up with my sleep.
Sleep? Look, we don't even know where we're going. Doctor.
You can fly a spaceship. Take us home.
Home? What do you mean?
Temporon. What are you trying to tell me?
Well, get the damage repaired at once. With the fuel leak and the servo nav on the blink, the Doctor's right out of range now. Set course for Central Office and dispatch a squad of security dredgers to pursue the Doctor. This war may be good for business, but by gum, sometimes it gets right on my nerves.
You are deselected, non-executive potential, species type incompatible.
Conglomerate drudges.
Doctor, you all right? Oh, Doctor, wake up, please.
What?
Doctor, wake up.
Rhea,
I'm beginning to think you'd never come out of it.
out of what?
You are joking, aren't you, Doctor? You've been having a sort of Well, fit for the last half hour.
Fit? Rhea, you look exhausted.
Almost as much as you must be. I've been trying to stop you from hurting yourself.
Oh.
What is a temperon, anyway?
Temperon? Temperon. I remember.
Well, tell me.
It's happened before, when I was in a state of mental trauma just after the last regeneration.
Regeneration? Is that what you were having?
No, I was having a nightmare, but that too is a form of mental trauma.
I noticed.
But what induced it?
Well, you were talking about the flight transmitter message before you went to sleep.
That's it. Something must have been implanted in the flight transmitter to trigger the nightmare. Yes, why go to that trouble?
You know, I think I'm being very patient with you.
What?
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. That's what.
Of course, sorry. Temperon, a gigantic legendary beast of the Temperos system. It travels through time and space through instinct. I bumped into one when the Daleks were trying to clone time travel into their genetic structure.
Are you trying to say...
No, I'm not saying anything, except that the Temperon, or a Temperon, has tried to contact me again.
Has this got anything to do with Ambassador Majoran's ship being destroyed?
Yes, it has. The flight recorder message. Scope readings. A large number of gigantic objects materializing around the ship. Pilot mistakes them for an Acrodon fleet coming out of hyperspace because of the time distortion, yes. But they weren't spaceships. A whole shoal of Temperons.
Are these creatures friends of yours?
Well, they helped me once, yes.
Do they make a habit of disintegrating spaceships?
I don't know.
Excuse me, looks like we've arrived.
What? Where?
Well, where you asked for, sir. Home, that's where. There's the TARDIS.
We're back at the space dock.
I think I programmed the servo nav pretty well, don't you?
Well done, Rhea.
You're obviously not used to resourceful women. Hold on.
You were saying?
This is an escape pod, not a luxury cruiser. There aren't any stabilisers.
You're forgiven.
Forgiven? I've been acting as your nurse, analyst and pilot.
We need to get to the TARDIS as soon as possible, so where's the door switch?
Don't you know?
Right, what's this I hear about when the Temperon's getting away? Does everything have to fall apart the moment I leave the room, eh? What? More trespassers on what? Space Dock 7? Ooh. Oh, the Doctor and the girl again. I presume my security drudges are in the area. Oh, at last! Somebody's actually thought ahead for a change. Good. Tell them to move in at once, kill the girl, capture the Doctor, and be quick about it. Now, I want to speak to the Temperon squad leader. Right, let's hear it.
You have returned.
Oh, never miss the obvious, do you? Too right I've returned. And I'm gonna tan your time-spanning backsides. Why did you help one of your number to escape?
We know not.
Oh, don't give me that claptrap. I don't know how you did it, but you did. You scheming great blobs. Well, I won't have it. Do you hear? You got him out and you'll get him back. And there'll be no more time transfer until you do. Understand? You know what that means. With your spending power and the current time value, you'll all die within, 3 cycles. So get to work. Now don't go quiet on me. Go on, bring him back now. It's for your own good. I can't see why you let him go in the first place. He won't live long.
You must have overshot by quite a long way.
I'm wondering whether these emergency suits from the pod have enough of an oxygen supply to get us back to the TARDIS.
It's all right. I can see it up ahead.
Where?
On the horizon. See?
Ah, yes. But look.
Drudges. They aren't friends of yours too, are they?
Certainly not. What do you mean?
Well, you seem to recognise them.
Yes, but let's just say my relationship with the Drudges wasn't quite as amicable as my association with the Temperon. The Drudges are the strong-arm, iron-brain products of a rather ruthless company called Conglomerate. Cuthbert must have purchased some. Oh, no.
They've seen us.
Make for the rocky ground.
It's all rocky.
Well, the rockier ground, then. Have you still got Cuthbert's gun?
Yes.
Well, when we get to that outcrop, we can see how good your aim is. Come on.
Look out!
Ah, it's got me! Let go of me, you heap of junk! Put me down! Rear! Rear! Let's see your aim! Now! Fire!
You asked for it.
My back!
You're still in one piece, aren't you?
It doesn't feel like it. Yeah, look out! More of them! For pity's sake, use that gun!
Two down.
Too many to go.
You're a defeatist, Doctor. Get to that outcrop.
Oh, this is like watching a tortoise beat the hare. Oh, ridiculous. One girl against a whole squad of security drudges. God, and she's got my favourite gun. You. What's that, super fast fighter Ujima flip we're selling to the Kurgons? What? Oh, well, never mind that. Just get one on the pad. I want to get back to that space dock before she wipes a lot of them out. And send another 2 squads. Oh, must I do everything myself?
Look, are we winning?
I'm not sure. They've got the edge on me with firepower, but they haven't got much of an idea when it comes to strategy.
Yes, they do have a tendency to indulge in what amounts to suicide charges.
Sooner or later they're going to get lucky. Either that or blow our cover to pieces.
Yes, it is a rather brittle type of rock.
Get down!
Got a bit of a headache, old chap.
Got our escape routes blocked. Well, 2 by the TARDIS, 3 on that rise up there.
We're stuck. My ammunition and our oxygen supply won't last forever. What's that? What's it doing?
I must commune with it. I am the Doctor, Temperon. I'm here.
It's gone. Doctor, it's gone. Well, he's gone too. What was that?
Attention, attention. This is a general transmission to all non-combatants. the Acrodon 3rd Strike Force and the Kurgon Interplanetary Fleet are engaged in hostilities in this vicinity. Both governments have designated this area as a battle zone. All non-combatants are advised to vacate this asteroid immediately. You have been warned. This area has been designated a battle zone.
Another spaceship? What is going on here?
Now you listen to me, mate. This asteroid belt is the property of Max Prod Enterprises.
We are not concerned with private ownership affairs. This is a war situation. The 3rd Acrodon Strike Force and the Kurgon Interplanetary.
Oh, I heard all that the first time. Now let me enlighten you, Sonny. Max Prod Enterprises is a division of Conglomerate. Conglomerate is a multi-galactic corporation which, amongst other things, supplies arms to the Acrodon and Kurgon governments. Now, these space docks are due to be reopened as part of a vital supply link to both empires. So if you start blowing chunks out of them, you might find that one day you won't have anything left to kill each other with. Savvy?
This is a political matter which does not concern either Commander-in-Chief. We repeat, this has been designated a battle zone.
I am the president of Conglomerate, and I demand you get out of my exclusion zone.
What? Yes. We will inform our governments of these developments, but we can't promise anything.
Doctor? Can you hear me down there? I'm tapped into your suit frequency.
We can hear you.
Since a little hiatus has been established in the shootout up here, I think it's time we had a little chat, especially since I've been compelled to put my cards on the metaphorical table. Come on, don't be shy. I'll come down there in a spacesuit. No guns, no drudges. I know you're an honourable man, nobody's perfect.
He's busy. Doctor, where are you? Just can't disappear. Oh no, I'm on emergency oxygen supply now. What's that? Let's think. About 5 minutes.
Right, I'm going out there to get this thing landed. When the reinforcements arrive, get them round behind the girl. As soon as the doctor's left her to talk to me, wait for my order to kill her. Right.
Doctor, you're back.
I've heard that before. Yes, I know. What's been going on?
A lot. Where have you been?
Communing with that Temperon. I must say it was a rather distressing experience. It's as if someone's tried to brainwash it.
Could it be to do with Conglomerate?
Conglomerate?
Yes, that company you mentioned. The one that builds drudges.
It could be. They're very skilled at changing people's minds. Where are the drudges?
Temporary setback. The Kurgo-Acrodon war's just round the corner.
Oh dear.
There's more. Our oxygen's about to run out. Cuthbert's here. He's the president of Conglomerate.
What?
And he's coming out to talk to you.
I see. It's all beginning to make a nasty sort of sense.
Doctor? Doctor? Where are you?
Cuthbert?
If you want to talk back, press the green stud on your collar.
Oh, thanks. Stay where you are. I'm coming out. I see what you mean about the oxygen. See you in a minute.
Just don't play for time.
Ah, there you are.
Running low on air, are we? What a pity.
What do you want to say?
You're in an impossible situation. I'm offering you a very pleasant way out.
Don't tell me. A directorship.
Oh, nothing so grand. But according to our training centre for young executives, which you so briefly visited, you have an excellent potential. You'll be a director within a year. first, though. That little job on Altairsaurus.
Oh, that. Is it still open?
Well, your substitute is making a right ash of it. He'll just have to go.
Do you really think I want to work for you?
I can't believe that, in your heart of hearts, you really don't want to.
You destroyed Majoran's ship, didn't you? To stop him negotiating a truce? Frightened he might put your arms trading out of business?
Well...
You're despicable.
But rich and successful. And what are you? A hobo.
I'd rather be in the gutter than up there with you in your luxurious office accounting for sentient life in terms of profit margins.
Rubbish, don't give me that. You're not adverse to a bit of luxury yourself.
The flight recorder of Majoran's ship indicates that it was attacked by Temperons. They aren't creatures of war. What have you done to them?
Oh, you've met the Temperons before, have you?
I was communing with one a few minutes ago.
What? So you've got the missing one.
And you've got the others. Do you know it's an intergalactic crime to hold life forms in captivity without a license? And the Temperon is protected by conservation laws.
They're not in captivity. We have a financial agreement, a contract. They form the basis of my time-stretched services division. Not enough hours in the day for all your work? Well, we can make the day longer for you.
You're cheap, you know that.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Quite a few firms have gone under, yeah, overestimating the generosity of our credit arrangements.
What have you done to the Temperons?
Oh, dear me, I'd say you've reached the end of your tether, old chap.
Answer me.
They're going to die, you know, unless you convince your stray friend to return to the fold. And it'll be a shame to lose time, Stretch. But I can't tolerate creatures who don't live up to their contracts, can I? Oh, well.
I'd rather die.
I think you're about to.
Doctor, I can't breathe.
Here. Right. I'll take him. Kill the girl.
Doctor!
It's the wretched runaway Temperon. Where's the doctor? Where is he? Crutches! Did you kill the girl? What? She's gone too. Oh, God. I don't believe it.
I can breathe.
Oh, wonderful.
Did the Temperon do this?
Yes, he brought us home. Thank you.
It's in the time rotor. It doesn't sound too well.
No, Cuthbert wasn't joking when he said they'd all die.
But why?
Well, not his sense of humour, I suppose. Temperon, what is it?
What does it mean?
Well, Temperons need time to live, you see. They cross through planes of time as part of their normal existence. They even use it to communicate.
Then what's the problem?
I don't know, but Cuthbert's done something to limit the Temperons' ability to travel through time. Too long on one plane and they die. He's managed to blackmail them into killing for him.
Of course. We must destroy to survive.
Yeah, but not even the Daleks could hold the Temperon for long, and they're experts at designing all kinds of incarceration.
Well, from what I've heard about Conglomerate's code of practice, it must have been something to do with money.
What did it say?
So, he's got himself stashed away in that little TARDIS cubbyhole of his, has he? Right. Well, there's only one way to destroy a time machine, and that's with a time destructor. Get me the Temperon squad leader. How are you feeling? A little choked? Now listen to me, Tem. I'll give you your transfer, but you've got to earn it. Destroy the Doctor's TARDIS.
So it must have been some kind of conceptual barrier that Cuthbert planted in the minds of the Temperons.
That's it, yes. The Temperons have a vast intellect. They'll entertain any concept.
So you've got to find out what the concept is, then argue against it successfully?
Yes.
How?
I'll have to commune again. What's that?
Doesn't sound too encouraging, whatever it is. Look! The walls, they're melting.
Oh, no. Oh yes, the other Temprons, they're time disintegrating the TARDIS. Quick, put a spacesuit on. If they succeed, we'll asphyxiate when they're finished.
Oh, look at that. It's just falling apart. Oh, so much for this bit of sanctuary. Right, get my spacesuit. I want to be out there to stop him asphyxiating when the TARDIS has had its chips. Oh. Cheers. Oh, not that wall again. Oh, will I have something to say to their government?
Doctor, where are you?
Oi, you. Where's the doctor?
I don't know. He just disappeared.
What? They can't have done. Oh, they were only supposed to destroy that TARDIS.
Looks like your war's coming back again.
Oh, shut up. I don't need you any road. Say your prayers.
No.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, yes, and it would have been mine too if you hadn't botched this TARDIS job up. There'll be no transfer for you, lot. What? Now, you stop that nonsense. You don't want to listen to him. If something's worth anything, it's worth paying for. No, keep away. Keep away from me. Keep away. No. No.
Accredon missiles?
Or Kurgon ones.
Do you think they got him, or the Temprons did?
Perhaps both. Or neither.
There goes that dredger ship. What was the concept Cuthbert had implanted then? Ah, don't tell me. Time is money.
That's right.
What did you do?
I argued against it. Told them time is free, their birthright, all that sort of thing.
Oh, quite the little philosopher.
Right, let's be going.
I thought the TARDIS was indestructible.
But these days I'm not so sure.
I can see that the Temprons swallowed the concept time is money, but I can't see how an intellectual standpoint prevented them from crossing from one plane of time to the other.
Well, you see, the Tempron is a terribly philosophical, not to mention trusting species. Added to that, Cuthbert turned the concept into slightly less abstract practice.
You mean he paid them?
Yes, you see, time is money, he said. You need time to live, but you haven't got any money. Oh dear, says the Tempron. What do we do? Don't worry, says Cuthbert. I'll give you some money on a regular basis.
But the catch is, the Temperon has to do some work for Cuthbert.
That's right. And every job that the Temperons did entitled them access to a different time plane, but not, of course, the last one they'd been in.
But if the Temperons are good creatures, why did they agree to kill?
Oh, you see, time is their air, oxygen. The instinct to survive is very strong in any creature. They couldn't allow morals to destroy them, so they opted for immorality.
What about you?
What about me?
When Cuthbert offered you wealth and power, you turned him down, even though you knew you'd suffocate.
Ah, well, that's different.
Why?
Well, Ria, because I'm very stupid. I think I'll have another cup of tea.
I'd promised Greg some kind of holiday. As it turned out, I never quite managed to fulfill my promise. Conglomerate, the Psionovores, Askren, and the Daleks saw to that. Still, at the time I was determined to take Greg to Ormelia, but as usual I was having trouble with the Helmic regulators. Come on. Now, why'd you keep doing that, eh? It's lucky Greg's fast asleep in his room, otherwise you, old girl, would be witnessing a bit of good old-fashioned human exasperation. Thankfully, I'm above all that. At least you'd better hope I am. Well, what was that in aid of? The TARDIS had landed without having any coordinates set. In fact, it had repeatedly refused to accept the coordinates for Ormelia. I'd been hoping for a miracle, but no, this wasn't Ormelia. There wasn't a sign of the brilliant golden sky or the gently undulating pale green sea. Instead, the TARDIS had apparently yet again displayed its penchant for the grimy, odious, and no doubt dangerous.
Thank you, just what I needed. A fifth-class compartment in a space cargo liner by the looks of it. Yes, this seems to be some kind of loading bay. Cranes up there, deck hatches here, and... No!
Unfortunately, the TARDIS had landed on a deck hatch, one which had just decided to open.
I wonder if that woke Greg up.
Of course, the TARDIS is technically indestructible. Technically. That was the word used in the manual.
It's at times like this that I start to worry about that word, technically.
I resolved myself to finding someone in authority. From past experience, I knew I might be letting myself in for accusations, incarceration, or possibly something a little more terminal. But what choice did I have?
What's that? Hello? Hello? I'm sorry to bother you, but...
For a moment, I thought I'd glimpsed a figure. But now there was nothing there.
Huh. Sorry if I offended you. Well, I hope the rest of the crew are a little more helpful. Right, here we go. Now, if I put these chalk arrows around the place, I shouldn't get lost.
The ship, if it was a ship, was depressingly large and seemingly empty. Certainly there was no sign of care and attention to even the most accessible parts of the architecture. It was all covered in a kind of smoky grime, which seemed to get worse as I pressed on into the ship. Smoky, yes.
Somebody's left the toast on by the smell of it. Oh dear. This is getting me nowhere. I reckon the architect gave up on this place too. It looks unfinished. Iron girders and scaffolding. I don't know. What? So I didn't imagine it. There is someone aboard this ship. Let's hope he's a little more accessible.
Hello.
You open door?
Yes, I did. You needn't worry about it being faulty. Works fine. Could do with a bit of a clean.
Who are you?
I'm the doctor. Who are you?
Vilgreth. Captain Vilgreth.
Captain. Well, if you're the captain, what are you doing?
In the boiler room?
Yes.
Snob. Why shouldn't I be here? I like it here. Don't I, my darlings?
Who?
The boilers. My companions.
Oh, yes. Well, anyway, Captain Vilgreth.
You do not believe I am captain, do you?
Well, far be it from me to,
Maybe because I am so big and ugly.
Oh, no.
And smelly? But
Well,
so what? I am captain. I bath when I say so.
Of course, yes.
Why are you here? You better not have come to blow me up.
Blow you? Why should I want to do that?
People do. They come here, hide away, try to throw spanners in works. I throw them in works one day.
Why?
Because I don't like them.
No, I mean, why do they want to blow you up?
They are officials. I live here. I pay no tax, no nothing. They don't like that.
I see. It does seem a bit extreme, though, to blow you up. You don't harm anyone, do you?
Me? No trouble to anyone. No problem.
Good. Well, I'm not here to blow you up. I'm actually here by accident. I was just getting my bearings when one of your deck hatches opened up, and my ship disappeared into your hold.
That isn't good news for you.
I know. That's why I was wondering...
You don't understand. Deck hatches lead to furnace.
Furnace. Well, it should be all right. The TARDIS is indestructible, technically.
Nothing that indestructible.
I think it is. But I wouldn't like to leave it in this furnace too long. You see, I've got a friend in my ship. I'm hoping he's still asleep.
Fried friend, Doctor.
Please, if you'd just give me a couple of your crew to help.
Crew? There is no crew. Just my darlings and me.
But when I came out of my ship, I thought I saw...
Right. Pressure's okay here, so I'll help you. Take you to furnace. But listen, don't raise any hopes. This is my furnace. I'll open door now. You may find this hot.
There, that's it. The TARDIS.
Still in one piece. Amazing. I'll use mechanical grabbers to get it out. Here we go. A little to the left. A little to the right. Yes, got her. This it? Not even hot.
Well done, old girl. Oh, thank goodness for that.
You built this?
No, but I know everything about it. Well, almost everything.
Very small.
It's bigger on the inside. Look, I'll have to check her out. Would you like to come in and take a look?
Sure, Doctor.
Right then. Come on.
Okay.
Well, Vilgreth was bowled over by the TARDIS. He did comment that it was a mite too clean for his liking, but he admired the technology. In fact, technology, gadgetry and engineering of all kinds was a bit of an obsession with Vilgreth. Now, I admit that I have more than a passing interest in all things technical, but bipolar, vectoring, modular, flange jets and arc tunnel boosters seem to be the only sort of things Vilgreth lived for. Apparently he'd salvaged his ship, which, in confirmation of my suspicions, he told me it was enormous, and he'd wandered around the galaxy in it ever since. But it was the propulsion system which intrigued me.
You know, Doctor, I like you. How about some tea?
Tea? How did you know I have some?
You have some. I have some. I was inviting you to the bridge.
You mean you're a tea drinker?
Of course.
That's incredible. Yes, I accept, of course. But I've a few checks to finish here.
No problem. I'll go make tea. You finish up here. I'll see you on the bridge.
But how do I get to the bridge? I mean,
the first lift you come to. Can't miss it.
All right, thanks very much.
You know, you're lucky.
Why?
You're lucky old TARDIS here is special stuff. Just before you came, I find half-melted spaceship in furnace.
Really? I hope there wasn't anyone in it.
No bodies in it. Just a drifter. Must have stuck to the hull, then fallen down a waste chute.
Oh.
Still, you lucky.
Yes.
See you for tea.
Okay, bye-bye. There was only the slightest of scorching in some of the outer shell configuration components. Otherwise, the TARDIS was fine. So, I set off for the bridge. First lift I come to, right.
Do not move.
What? Who are you?
I am Operative Spellbore.
Are you? I thought there was no crew.
I am not a member of the crew. Now listen, I am blighted with a sense of justice.
Oh dear me. Wait a minute. Justice? I recognize that uniform. It's got the Ormelian security insignia on it.
You waste time, stranger. You are not part of this.
Part of what?
You must leave now, whilst you can.
Don't you mean while?
It is no affair of mine if you choose to mock my warning.
Warning? What warning?
Leave now, or you too will be destroyed. Leave now, or you too will be destroyed. I have planted an explosive device on this ship. It is operating on a time mechanism.
A time bomb? You're one of those officials. I've heard all about you. Why can't you leave Vilgreth alone?
It is he
Haven't you got anything better to do with your time than pursue a harmless...
The time bomb will explode in 3 cycles. I must leave now. Now I have told you, you must make your own choice.
You cold-blooded lizard! Vilgreth! Vilgreth!
You do not understand, stranger.
I understand only too well. Vilgreth! The reptilian security operatives scuttled away. I was already in the lift, heading for the bridge. Vilgreth!
Ah, Doctor, why shout? Tea is ready.
No, forget the tea.
What wrong with my
Nothing's wrong with your tea. Now listen to me. I tried to tell you earlier, I did see someone in the cargo holds.
Nobody else, just me.
No, Vilgreth. I've just seen him, an Ormelian security operative.
What?
One of those people you told me about, the officials who want to blow you up.
Officials, spanners in works.
Yes, a big spanner. He's planted a time bomb. We've got to find it and deactivate it.
I have a tracker device. Made it myself. We'll find the bomb. Come on.
We set off on a frantic search. As we continued into the workings of the ship, I could feel the panic within me mounting. The ship really was beyond belief in both its size and sheer grime everywhere, and furnaces and boilers on all levels belching out smoke and cinders. The bomb might have been hidden under any amount of rubbish. There wasn't a trace of anything on Vilgreth's tracker, and I had no idea how long 3 cycles were. Vilgreth, this is hopeless. Maybe we should escape in my ship while we can.
No, I cannot leave my darlings. They are my life. No, we find bomb. I find them before. This one a little more difficult. But you go if you want.
Vilgreth, I couldn't even if I wanted to. I'm completely lost.
You are a nice person, my only friend.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. Chalk marks.
You find something?
No. But I think I know where we might find something. Chalk marks.
This is no time for food.
No. Food? Vilgreth, when I first arrived here, I made chalk marks on the walls so I could find my way back to the TARDIS.
But TARDIS is in furnace chamber.
Yes. But I made the first chalk mark near to where I first saw the Ormelian operative.
You mean bomb may be there? Let's go.
The trail was easy to follow. We just went in the opposite direction to that indicated by my arrows. A couple of them were a little obscured, but we soon found our way.
This is place?
Yes, there's the open deck hatch that I landed on.
No bomb.
Use the tracker then. What's this?
Viewport.
Oh, look. We're coming into orbit around a planet. I think I recognize it.
Planet's only good for one thing.
Vilgreth, the tracker, it's found something. I've defused a number of bombs during my time, but the one we found under the viewport was a doddle. Ha! There we are. 1 detonator safely removed.
You do good, Doctor. Now we have tea time.
Yes. You know, that planet is familiar. An hour or so later, and we were relaxing after the most enjoyable tea-drinking session I've ever had. Vilgreth had obtained an incredible variety of brands from various cargo ships he'd salvaged. My taste buds are exhausted.
How long will you stay, Doctor?
My friend Greg will be waking up soon, I expect. So, I'd better make tracks.
You have another friend?
Well, yes. I've had lots of friends over the years.
This is a strange thing. I never had a friend before. And now you go. Ah, well.
But you have your boilers.
True.
And I'll come back and visit you.
Okay. See you again someday. I must get back to my darlings.
Right. Of course. That planet! It's Ormelia! Vilgreth! You've brought me to my destination!
You go there?
Well, yes, it's a lovely place. Why don't you?
The boilers need me. Goodbye.
Oh. Wonder what all that was about. For a while I had intruded upon Vilgreth's solitary life. But now I was to go. He seemed easily resigned to his solitary ways. For a moment I gazed at the image of Ormelia on the bridge viewport. We were close now. We'd soon be in orbit. Then some puzzling thoughts entered my head. The melted spaceship. The salvaged cargo. The primitive nature of the propulsion system. Furnaces. Boilers. Solid fuel for a spaceship.
Planet's only good for one thing, Doctor.
What? You? But I thought you...
The ship fell victim to the infernal power of this vessel.
Infernal?
I have been watching you, Doctor.
Why didn't you deactivate the bomb if you had no escape route?
I had a mission, Doctor.
A suicide mission to get a tax evader?
A ludicrous idea.
Yes.
Planets only good for one thing.
That was it. The solid fuel for Vilgreth's ship. Planets. Stelpor explained that a whole fleet of planet eaters, as they were appropriately known, had been built centuries ago to demolish planetoids and asteroid belts to clear space lanes, but most of them had been scrapped. A few, however, had been salvaged, or rather stolen, by various museums and enthusiasts. And this planet eater was heading straight for Ormelia. I've got the detonator core, but Vilgreth...
He must die with his ship.
But he seems so harmless.
In himself he is.
I follow you here, lizard. You will not harm my darlings.
But Vilgreth, don't you understand what you've been doing all these years?
I know only my darlings and me.
This ship must be destroyed.
No! It is my life.
You can come with me in the TARDIS, Vilgreth. I know you didn't understand.
I understand what my darlings need to live.
But you...
I think not of others.
See, Doctor. Now give me the detonator core.
Stelpor, don't use that gun!
Quickly, Doctor. We must get to the cargo hold.
We ran blindly to where we'd left the bomb. Vilgreth, wounded badly, stumbled behind us. The detonator was reset in no time, on a very short fuse. Come on, we must get to the TARDIS. Stelpor! Stelpor!
Run, Doctor. I'll hold him here. Stop him from doing damage to the bomb. Run.
But I can't leave.
How, Doctor? My friend kills me.
No,
Not fair.
Vilgreth,
Run, Doctor.
As the TARDIS doors closed, I paused for a moment. Dazed, I think. I was killing 2 people. And one of them had thought of me as a friend. The time for thinking was over. But the memory haunts me to this day.
Report on the Doctor's progress. He cannot be found. Failure is not permitted, but we have discovered these artifacts. What are they? They are called audio adventures in time and space. They chart all the Doctor's audio exploits. What are they like? They make me sick. He always wins. There are even tapes of our last 2 defeats, entitled The Time Ravagers and The Mutant Phase. Buy them all. No one must hear of Dalek defeats. I obey. What is the Doctor doing now? He's just evaded Conglomerate again. He will proceed to the planet Grinovia to encounter the Trilexia, and then he will travel into Earth history for Minuet in Hell, then to Clandros for Blood Circuit.